him a friend isn't really accurate. He was more like an enemy. His name was Zhao Kai, and he was obsessively obsessed with scorpions. He only wore clothes with scorpion patterns. From head to toe, everything about him was related to scorpions. He claimed that he kept all kinds of scorpions at home and often brought them to school just to scare classmates. One day, a few friends and I went to his house. That visit became the beginning of a nightmare. When we arrived, I realized his house was enormous, practically a mansion, and he lived there completely alone. There was a special room in his house filled with glass containers, each holding scorpions of different sizes and colors. We stood there in disbelief, staring at them for a while. Around dinner time, Zhao Kai asked what we wanted to eat. Maybe because we had been staring at scorpions for too long, I joked without thinking, "Why don't we eat fried scorpions?" Everyone laughed, and Zhao Kai laughed too, though very unnaturally. It was obviously just a joke. Later, we ordered pizza. After eating and playing games for a bit, we got ready to leave. Just as we were about to go, Zhao Kai stopped me and said he wanted me to stay a little longer because he had something to tell me privately. I told my friends to leave first. Suddenly, my vision went black and I lost consciousness. When I woke up again, I almost collapsed from fear. My hands and feet were tied and I was trapped in a sealed room. Panicking, I screamed desperately. Not long after, Zhao Kai ran in and said coldly, "My children were deeply disturbed by what you said earlier. They're in a very bad state now." As he spoke, he placed glass jars filled with scorpions one by one in front of me. Soon, dozens of jars containing different scorpions were lined up before my eyes. Then he said, "You're my friend, so I'll only let you get stung 3 times, and then we'll call it even. Choose 3 scorpions from my children, but let me warn you, some of them are highly venomous, and some have very weak venom. It all depends on how you choose." He was insane! I angrily shouted that I would kill all his scorpions, but he remained unmoved. He picked up a scorpion and held it right in front of my face. "You'd better start thinking about which ones are harmless." Its tail waved right in front of my eyes, ready to sting me at any moment. I was drenched in sweat, terrified. I didn't want to choose. I didn't want to play his twisted scorpion game. But he kept urging me, "If you don't choose within 1 minute, I'll choose for you." Left with no choice, I randomly picked one. He immediately placed it on my bound hand. The scorpion raised its tail and stabbed into my skin. A sharp, unbearable pain surged through me, making my heart feel like it was being torn apart. Yet he smiled and said, "Nice choice. This one has very weak venom. Don't overreact. That was just the first round." I screamed and struggled. He checked my pulse and then told me to choose the second one. I hesitated for only a moment before he threatened me again with another scorpion. I picked one at random. This time, the pain was far worse than before. I struggled to breathe, gasping for air, instinctively screaming for help. Zhao Kai checked my pupils and said, "You're fine. You won't die. The one you just chose is highly venomous." Then he burst into laughter. "Watching someone get poisoned right in front of me is so exciting. Hang in there. Don't die yet. You still have 1 round left." I cried and weakly begged, "I can't breathe. Please save me." But he only laughed hysterically. "Sorry, I can't control myself. You have 1 last chance to choose. Make sure you choose carefully." With barely any strength left, I made my final choice. After being stung this time, it still hurt, but there were no severe symptoms. "This one isn't very toxic either," he said. "You're really good at choosing." Then he clapped excitedly and left the room. I finally couldn't hold on any longer and passed out. I don't know how much time passed. When I woke up again, Zhao Kai was sitting in front of me. He handed me a stack of cash. "Here's 10,000. Thanks for such a wonderful and entertaining performance today. Oh, and by the way, if you want to call the police, that's fine. I'll just tell them you got stung while playing with scorpions yourself." I nodded as if I understood. He smiled happily and said, "All right, my children's anger should be gone now. You can leave." He untied me, and I went straight to the hospital. After a long period of treatment, I eventually recovered. But after that, I could no longer suppress the rage in my heart. I decided to take revenge. I contacted him and told him I wanted to play the Scorpion game again. He agreed immediately and invited me to his house. That day, when he opened the door, I punched him with all my strength. He fell heavily to the ground and tried to crawl towards his scorpion room. I chased after him and beat him wildly until he lost consciousness. Then I went to his kitchen, grabbed a knife, and killed every single one of his scorpions. This time, it was his turn to cry. After that, I never saw him at school again. No one knew what happened to him. I don't know if he's still obsessed with scorpions now.